Welcome to Insightful Gaming. Today, we'll be discussing the top 12 best seasonal artifact mods that you must select in Season 20, the season of the Defiance. I spent a considerable amount of time researching all of the seasonal mods to bring you the best insights possible. Stick around for the full explanation because I have some surprising things to say about the Strand subclass. I'd love to hear your comments below. Remember, you can only choose a total of 12 mods, so it's vital to select the right ones for your build. Additionally, each character has their own artifact, so this decision only applies to one character. Get ready to create the ultimate build with these amazing artifact mods. Without further ado, let's dive into the top 12 best seasonal artifact mods for Season 20. If you find this information helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and share it with others who might find it useful. Thank you for your support, and let's get started. Let's jump right into the first column of seasonal artifact mods. While I personally prefer pulse rifles over sidearms, I recommend taking the anti-barrier pulse rifle mod. Just remember, Wishender and Arbalist are also great weapons for anti-barrier champions. For the Unstoppable Champion mod, I find scout rifles to be the most effective, and for the Overload Champion mod, submachine guns are my go-to choice. However, these are just my personal preferences, and you may have other options that work better for you. It's important to note that to move on to the next tier, you must choose at least 3 mods from Tier 1. Another thing to consider is that your subclass can also help you take down champions. For example, the Arc subclass allows you to stun unstoppable champions with the blind or blinding aspects. If you're using the Solar subclass, ignition damage will stun them, and with the Stasis subclass, shatter damage will do the trick. Even the Strand subclass has an option, as the Suspend aspect can suspend unstoppable champions and stun them. Keep all of this in mind when making your selections. Let's shift our focus to the second row of seasonal mods and explore some awesome and vital mods that will help you take advantage of the newly reworked build crafting system in Season of the Defiance. The armor affinities are now gone, and we have 5 brand new types of mods: Arc, Solar, Stasis, Strand, and Void. These mods come in various forms like Siphon, Weapon Surge, Loaders, and more. Column 2 authorized mods are crucial because they offer significant discounts to mods that match the affinity you're unlocking. Using a Void Weapon Surge mod on your boots now only costs 1 point instead of 3, making it possible to stack multiple copies of this mod for an even higher damage bonus value. The same goes for the Grenade Authorized mod on your Warlock, where stacking 3 Ashes to Assets mods costs only 3 points total, allowing you to get supers faster than ever before. By the way, check out the insane Solar Warlock builds I recently posted that leverage these mods, link in the description below. Out of all the mods available, Solar, Void, and the Grenade mods are the most important ones, although Strand is fun to use. But let's be honest, there aren't that many mods in the game for Strand yet, and multi-siphon mods don't really make sense. Instead, consider Harmonic Siphon, Kinetic Siphon, and individual element mods that aren't much more expensive and can also be discounted by other mods. Now, some of you might prefer Arc mods, and that's okay, but for me, Solar, Void, and Grenade mods are the way to go. However, it's different strokes for different folks, and for you, Arc, Void, and Grenade might be the most important ones. Regardless of your preference, I don't recommend taking the Strand mod because to fully optimize it, you need to pick every other Strand mod on this seasonal artifact, which means missing out on some really powerful mods. However, if you want to focus on Strand's subclass, pick a character that will be using it a lot and configure their mods accordingly. At the end of the day, this is only important if you want to fully optimize your builds for maximum efficiency. For casual gameplay, this is not essential. Let's dive into column 3. First up, we have Shatter Orbs, a powerful mod that creates an orb of power the first time you break a combatant shield with a matching damage type. This is a must-pick for any build in the game, as it can help max out your armor charges or give you a massive chunk of your super. It's versatile and can be used with any weapon type and any set of matching shields. The next mod, Defiant Armory, greatly improves the benefits provided by certain traits, but while it's solid, there are far more powerful options in this column. Moving on to Untangler, this mod suspends targets damaged by the explosion when you destroy a tangle with a Strand weapon. The suspension mechanic is impressive, but to make it viable, you'll need to take every single Strand mod in this artifact, which means you're competing with Void and Solar subclasses that also have very powerful seasonal mods. Next up is Solar Surge, a mod that gives you an armor charge when you collect a fire sprite, which can be used with any form of a solar grenade. This is a great way to get armor charges that you wouldn't be able to obtain otherwise, especially if you're a Warlock main. And if you want to see how this mod can be used in a powerful Warlock build, check out the Lightfall build playlist. Finally, we have Volatile Flow, a mod that grants your Void weapons volatile rounds when you pick up an Orb of Power. This was a popular mod during the Witch Queen expansion and has returned for Lightfall. You should definitely pick up this mod as it's easy to use and can be used on any subclass, making it viable regardless of whether you're running Strand or any of the other subclasses that are your personal favorites. Also, keep in mind that Void is very strong this season, so picking up this mod is a great way to maximize your Void weapon's potential. Let's take a look at column 4 and see what awesome mods we have here. The first one is Bricks from Beyond, which is an amazing mod that gives you and your team a chance to generate heavy ammo when you defeat a powerful combatant with a Void weapon. It's a game changer and I personally recommend it as a must-have mod. Flare Up is the next mod, which increases the power of firebolt grenades by applying more scorch stacks. While it may not be the best choice for endgame content, it's still a lot of fun to play with. Keep an eye out for my upcoming build that uses this mod effectively. Origin Hones is another powerful mod in this column, which always overcharges weapons with specific traits when the modifier is active. It's pretty powerful, but in my opinion, it may not be necessary since you can work around the overcharge system. Allied Unraveling is the next mod, which grants your weapon unraveling rounds and a longer duration near allies when you get rapid final blows with a Strand weapon. Keep in mind that using Strand builds requires a lot of commitment to multiple Strand artifact mods to make your ability uptime comparable to other subclasses. Lastly, we have Counter Reeve, which provides energy for your least charged Strand ability when a member of your fire team stuns or defeats a champion. It's a powerful mod, but again, using Strand builds requires a significant commitment to multiple Strand artifact mods. Overall, these are some great mods, and if you're interested in using Strand builds or looking for heavy ammo, Bricks from Beyond and Allied Unraveling are must-pick mods. Let's check out column 5. First up, we have Threaded Black, a mod that creates a bigger and badder explosion when you destroy a tangle with a Strand weapon. But be warned, you'll need to go all in on Strand artifact mods to get the most out of this mod. In my humble opinion, it's not as good as the other subclasses, but if you're a die-hard Strand main, this mod is a must-have. Rain of Firebolts is next on the list, granting you an extra charge for your firebolt grenades when equipped. This is a super fun option if you're messing around with Dawn Chorus and the new Dawn Blade buff, and my upcoming build video will show you just how devastating this mod can be. Now my personal favorite mod in the whole artifact, Void Weapon Channeling. This bad boy grants you a temporary bonus to Void weapon damage after you defeat a target with a Void weapon, while at least one of your Void abilities is fully charged. The bonus damage stacks with other sources like Well of Radiance and Ward of Dawn, making it a must-pick if you're running a Void build this season. Medieval Champion is up next, granting your glaives an explosive payload that stuns unshielded combatants and is strong against unstoppable champions. Glaives are also always overcharged when the modifier is active. Landing consecutive hits with a sword is another mod that stuns combatants and delays their ability regeneration, making it a strong choice against overload champions. Swords are always overcharged when the modifier is active, making this mod a built-in anti-champion tool. However, I don't recommend it unless your build revolves around swords or glaives. Finally, we have Prismatic Transfer, a mod that grants your teammates a 20 damage bonus for 10 seconds when you cast your super, provided they have a different subclass damage type than yours. While this mod doesn't stack with Well of Radiance, it's still a must-have in my book. Don't sleep on this one. As always, it's important to experiment and find what works best for you, but I hope my breakdown has been helpful. Before I go, I want to give a big shout out and thank you to all of my supporters who have helped me on my journey to become monetized once again. Your support means the world to me. At Insightful Gaming, my main goal is to provide valuable insights to help you in your gaming journey. If you found this information helpful, please don't forget to smash that like button and share it with others who might find it useful. Have an amazing rest of your week and happy gaming.